Hey Pisces, how's it going, my seeker? Welcome to your 2019 yearly energy guidance and tarot scope with the existential shift. Again, welcome back, or if you're new, welcome anew. A little Palo Santo for the vibe. A pre-shuffle. Now I'm just going to go over with the Palo Santo everything. This is the last video for the 2019 that I'm doing. I already did all the other zodiac. And first that I have the need to speak to you face to face from the beginning. Usually I end the video with lifting up the camera and talking to you. Those of you who are new to my channel, I actually always speak to the camera. I don't stay behind the scenes. But for the yearly I went on a different something because this reading is very long relatively to my other readings and very intense, and I wanted to kind of make it as accurate as possible and to avoid over chattering. But now I want to talk to you guys. I am having a very strong sense for you for 2019. Before the cards, I pre-shuffle, I didn't look at anything, just from me tapping into your energy. There's this feeling of very, very strong, focused spirituality. It's very Mars and Pisces kind of thing. It's this active force of will, this cardinal fire that leads and carries energy with it that enters into the ocean, into the realm of the Pisces, into the realm of the fog and the vague and the elusive and the esoteric and the fantasy-oriented and the unknown and more intuitive-oriented, and for this driven, focused energy, it's completely different. Okay, it couldn't be more different, and that transmutes into magic for you guys. It's a very focused, practical type of healing and transformation. It's very much the temperance card, which temper between elements, between fire and water, which is what's happening now with while I'm filming this, when Mars is in Pisces. And I'm actually, even though Mars is about to go back to Aries next month in January, I feel it taking you with it, meaning your esoteric, elusive world essence is becoming highly focused and grounded. Okay, it's like the waters know where they're going now. Instead of being back and forth, yin and yang, circular, wavy, all over, swirling. Now there's a very strong sense of direction, almost like a tsunami, just not in a destructive way. I mean, obviously that differs between different types of Pisceans, but it's almost like your state of consciousness is not changing from the Pisces. You're still Pisces. Right? You're still water. But it's much more clear water. It's easier to see through the water. You manage to see through the horizon, to see into the goal, as opposed to just, the unknown of the water. When you dive and you open your eyes underwater, you see it very foggy, right? And only like for close proximity. It's hard to see into the distance. There's just void and darkness into the distance, and you live in that state of mind of the unknown. That's how you discover new life, when your eyesight is not limited to what's in front of you like the hunter, and it's more like 360 and what is going on right now and what we're feeling right now and what is the riddle of the present. I feel it a little bit different for you guys for 2019, and it's in a marvelous way. It's almost like, okay, we've done the 360 around us. We've took the water in. We worked through them. We discovered the magic within us through allowing ourselves to swim in the unknown. Myself maybe as well. And now that our existence is finally okay with unknown and uncertainty and still holds the faith. It's like that was the key. Like now the gates are open. Now we can see through the thickness of the water. Now it's really clear. It's like we're having a new goggles that can show us really straight through the depths of the ocean without the unknown element of it. And I wonder what you're going to do with it in 2019, Pisces, because that's alchemy. You know, you can manifest a lot and you can achieve a lot and you can be so proud of yourself. There's a lot of power in that. Being able to temper water and fire. It's cardinal fire with mutable water. It's fire that has a lot of strength and force and creativity, chi, life force. But it allows itself to be mutable and changeable. It doesn't limit itself to one point of view. I named the Aries 2019 yearly A Whole New World. I feel Pisces and Aries are entering a new state of mind in 2019. Like, both your energies are what creates the temperance element in our life. The card temperance, the alchemy, the magic. So I'm very proud of the Aries in my life and of the Pisces in my life because I know what they're going through. And for those of you who also have that energy strong in your chart, then that will also be significant for you and relevant to you. I'm sorry. So I guess other than expressing what I'm sensing for the year for you, I guess the advice would be maybe we'll look to the cards. You should probably look to the cards. Embrace it. Embrace this newfound focused spirituality in you. Create with it. Have fun with it. Now you can really discover the ocean. It's like the fish that goes out of its pack because it's already grown and big and can handle itself, and now it's going deep into the oceans to discover new worlds because it can. All right. So, as I said, I pre-shuffled to save us time. I didn't look at the cards, so this is a discovery for myself with you guys. 12 cards from January through December, and then the 13th pack to represent the entirety of 2019. We have one significant from the After Tarot, 2 clarifiers from the Celtic Tarot, and a rune. And we will finish up from an oracle message of the Akashic Records and an oracle message of the I-Ching. All right, I guess we're ready. Let's see what we have in store for the entirety of 2019 before we delve into the months. 10 of Swords, fantastic. Please don't freak out. For those of you who don't know tarot and looking at this image, it can be frightening. Hold your breath. Let me speak. Hold on. The Hierophant. And the Novus of Pentacles, which is similar in energy to the Page of Pentacles. And Hagalas. Okay. So basically, especially if I connect it to how we started this conversation, 10 of Swords is putting down to rest something that is no longer a part of your life. It's a system, a structure, a dogma that no longer serves you. You've learned what you had to learn from this karmic situation, from this difficult reality, from this long-lasting, endless lesson, spiritual lesson, cognitive lesson, whatever be lesson. You went to school, you've been a good student. It's time to hold off on it. The system has served its place in your life. Now, Hagalas, why am I saying it? Hagalas is hail, forces of nature that are above us and not to our control. This is a time of rest after probably a very long period of time that was difficult for some of you. Some of you are finishing up some sort of school, literal school, like either high school or college or a class or a course. You're putting a hold on it. Some of you realizing that you've learned what you had to learn and you're ready to move on. Some of you are realizing that you don't have a place anymore in that specific system. You're willing to admit that something isn't working for you, and whatever this is. And you're willing to step back and think of it differently and move on. Remember what I said about the fish that is leaving the pack? Now the pack is an analogy. It doesn't have to be leaving home or your family, which could be, of course. It could be leaving a school. It could be leaving a home. It could be leaving a culture, a society, an organization. But it can also be a frame of mind, that is yours that you're leaving. Or finishing up with. You're putting it to rest. You're letting go of trying to hold a systematic type of knowledge. You're now focused on your way as opposed to the other way, other people's way, how you grew up kind of way, what you're used to type of way. And you understand that you need to focus on your way. And some of you are not entirely sure on how to go about it, but at least you're taking the step back to observe in order to figure it out. Hagaras can be the letter H. Now some of you, and this is not a premonition, for those of you that it's relevant for, you will know what I'm talking about right now, so don't freak out, okay? Those of you who know and it's already relevant into your life, if you're putting someone, an individual that you know, to rest, literally, then this in a way releases you to live a life that is more yours than it is theirs. So if that person symbolized a certain way of life that you had together, or a certain way of mindset, faith, could be anything, then that entire thing goes to rest with them. And that is a very specific narrative for those of you who know what I'm talking about. Don't start freaking out, or, oh, who am I losing? Don't do that. Don't do that. That's not how the cards work. The cards will not ever show me something like that. They wouldn't even put me in this situation. This is something existing that you are aware of already. I'm not surprising you. I'm not giving you any predictions, okay? But it's a very powerful year for the self, Pisces. Okay, I'm going to put this aside and we're going to go through the months. And of course, we'll start with January. So we had 10 of Swords, Novus of Pentacles. By the way, this is very Virgo, Taurus. Hierophant can be a Taurus. Novus of Pentacles, mutable, Earth, could be Virgo. So in case that's relevant for any of you guys. And then there's Hagaras here. All right, January. Let's do it. Fantastic. Seriously, and speaking of Earth, another Earth, only Venus now in Earth. We have a very strong Taurus here. The Empress. 2 of Pentacles and it's upright. 4 of Cups in the reverse. Amazing. Really, really, really good vibe. And Baal. Oh, wow, that's a double Empress, guys. Baal, which could be the letter B. In the rune, it's also the maternal, the creator, Demeter, Venus, Gaia, Earth. life-giving energy. So we have double Empress here. We have the Four of Cups in the reverse, and we have the Two of Pentacles. Very active force of manifesting what it is that you want in a very tangible way. You're getting your way. You're doing what you want to do, the way you want to do for yourself. You are no longer doubting yourself. Four of Cups in the reverse. The doubts are gone. You're very, very certain in how you want things. And look at this, 2, 3, 4. Two of Pentacles, the Empress is 3, and then Four of Cups in the reverse. 2, 3, 4. And the mechanism of 2019 is 10 of Swords. And this is the one, it's like the one, the swords, look, I have water here and I have earth here. The swords are being put down to rest. The warfare, the lessons, the spiritual, karmic, difficult lessons. And this is a mechanism for all the zodiac, for all of us as humanity. There's a reason why there's similarities between the readings, because we are a collective and we're going through a similar journey of evolution, but each of us comes to it in a different way. So that's where the semantics change. But the essence is the same for all of us. We're going through a tabula rasa, clearing out the table, starting anew, tapping into our highest, most powerful strength, because we are finally liberated to go there. Some of us will still be stuck a little bit because of fears and because our process is longer. Some of us are already there for a few months, and some of us, boom, January. Look at you, Pisces. You are really, really, this is something that you've been working on or have been planning or have been working towards for a long time, and January is the time. This is time to go about whatever it is that you want to do. Some of you are giving birth. Some of you are moving into your dream home. Some of you are really succeeding in your business, manifesting a new project that is very creative, very unique, very giving, but very balanced. Some of you are balancing between your home and work life, and you're doing it very well. The Empress is a badass. She is the Renaissance woman. She knows how to do everything, and she knows how to balance between everything. It's like Superwoman. Very positive, very giving, very nurturing, but also very self-caring and self-serving, and knows when to put boundaries and how to do it in a soft way. This is a magnificent beginning for you guys, Pisces. And you're really maturing. So you're going through from being a maid to a woman. Like it's a real step up in your status. From being an insecure, kind of full of potential kind of person to full-grown goddess. And you've earned it with this Two of Pentacles. It's just that you had some doubts from past experiences, from insecurities, but you're really, really, really getting over it in January. Very productive time. If you're considering of having a new start or creating something, do it. Renovating the home, do it. Strong mother connection as well. If you have an older female mother figure, could be also a teacher, a guide, a healer. Then this is very dominant throughout January. Okay, I love this start. Thank you, Pisces. February. The Magician. Wow. So I want you to see this Magician in the After Tarot. It's like already harnessed their powers, already managed to work with them, and now they're doing the manifestation kind of thing. 9 of Cups and 5 of Pentacles. Okay. I hold in the reverse. Okay. February is time to not do anything new or to take any risks, as opposed to keep working on whatever it is that you've been working on in January. Because whatever it is has been going really well. It made you, it made you feel really up on the horse, which rightly so. Don't get me wrong. I'm encouraging you and I'm rooting for you. But this is when jealousy starts from people around you. This is when you start to be overconfident and mess things for yourself, because you might step into arrogance, which is very dangerous. With success comes humility. Now, if you'll choose to overindulge, to overdo, to be serving, the energy might flip on you. Some of you are a little bit intoxicated from discovering forces of manifestation, and you're overdoing it, and then the energy gets confused, and then you're receiving all at once things that you wanted, and then it becomes not a blessing, but the opposite. It becomes a very difficult challenge, because what to do with all of that, and things kind of entangle within each other. So I need you to be in a inner flow, meaning of maintaining what have been done and made, enjoying it, appreciating it, gratitude, staying with it, and not trying to overstep. This is not to diminish you, Pisces. Please be humble and get off your too high horse. We are all the same, and we are all obliged to the powers of creation that are higher and greater than us. We are pieces of the puzzle that is so much more infinite than we can ever imagine. Tap into your magician and your empress, but don't become selfish and don't lose out of arrogance. This is a warning. You're still very powerful. You're still very capable. You still have everything that it takes in order to fulfill all your dreams. 9 of Cups. But you're wishing for too much. Some of you are over-wishing, over-manifesting, overdoing, over. Boom. It's too much. The energy can't handle it. It will all just drop into mush. A hold in reverse is why I'm saying it most especially. And it's upright. You're very protected, very guided, very supported by energies and your angel guides. In reverse, it's the opposite. Also, look outside of you. Don't feel like you're almighty and all capable and no one can hurt you. Be mindful. Be aware. Be conscious to your environment. Look to your right. Look to your left. Right? It's like when I cross the road, I don't care if it's only one direction with the cars. I look right and left. We can control ourselves. We can't control our environment. So it doesn't matter how amazing of a driver we are. We have to always look to right and left, even if we have a green light, because you don't know what's happening from the other side, what is coming at you. That is either drunk or confused or texting or whatnot, right? So this is when you have your Lamborghini and you're a wonderful driver and you know where you're going, but you're still stopping at a red light and looking to the right and to the left even when there's a green light. Maintain your success and your achievements. Enjoy it for a little while. Wait until you try to take another step. Let the foundations, let the roots kind of hold stronger grasp on the earth. It's important, Pisces. Important message for you for February. And happy birthday for some of you, for those of you who were born at the end of February. March, happy birthday, Pisces. Woohoo. 10 of Wands. I know what this is. 7 of Wands, 8 of Wands. Beautiful. Very supportive of my message. I'll say it in a second. Oohs, great. Okay, this is exactly what I was saying here. Some of you will be tempted because of your success to overtake upon yourself, do another project, have another start, try something this, try something that, overdo it, overbook yourself, date too many guys, date too many women because you feel so empowered, and then the burdens begin to show themselves. In March, you're really learning the lesson. And you're learning how to take a little less wands and be more focused, from the 10 of Wands to the 7 and 8 of Wands. And you notice how when you're focused and accurate and you don't stretch yourself, that's when you can really succeed. The 8 of Wands with Oohs, which could be the letter U, by the way, in case it's relevant. Very strong, vital, masculine force of health and vitality. and power of creation. Very fast, very driven, very strong, very healing. A lot of fire here. All I have is wands and then ooze. So for those of you who overdid it and the fire element started to take control, or potentially here the earth and water are so balanced. You have wonderful earth energy. And here there might be a temptation to overdo it with the will, to overexert the will, so too much fire energy. And here in March, you're feeling the burn. And you're like, okay, I need to turn down the fire a little bit. Too much of a strong fire and it burns. A fire that is just right gives heat and warmth and life and cooking. There's another 10. Yeah, some of you have been releasing something that was burdening you in a way. And almost like you're free now to create, to be. So you might be going from one extreme to another, like pulling a 180, which is normally how most of us achieve balance. We've been pushed from one extreme to the other to discover the other aspect of the scale of where we were at in the other extreme. And then little by little we find the balance. So I feel like March is teaching you a little bit of the need of balance and how to control, what's the word? Set. I forget the word. I'll recall. April. Lovely, beautiful, sweet, sweet, sweet. 2 of Cups. Look at that in the After how beautiful it is. In the Rider-Waite deck, they're facing each other with balance, eye to eye, equal give and take, and now they're hugging. I love this. Element of Pentacles and the Strength card. Wow, okay. Hera. Okay, this is where you are really aligned with your nature. It was a little bit, you needed to kind of temper things here. In April, you are so aligned with your nature, the Strength card, the element of Earth, Hera, which could be the letter J or H. And you're finding real great balance between your own will and the Anima Mundi's will and the collective spirit wills. Universal spirit, I'm sorry. And because there's such harmony within the self, and you've mastered patience, you've mastered respecting nature, Hera and the element of Earth with the Strength card. You mastered patience and respect to the process and to nature. Knowing when to put water, when to put fire, when to put air, when to put earth, when to be patient and stable and grounded, when to be cognitive and analytical and strategic, when to be emotional and intuitive and having faith, when to be assertive and determined and exerting the will. It's a very delicate balance that Gaia has, Earth, which is the greater manifester. Earth is the biggest creator. It's the biggest magician that we know of, that creates life and death regularly and knows what it's doing. Perfect balance between its elements, right? And you've done some great work. And here in April, I also see like a great loving connection that is very aligned with everything I just said. I feel like so this other, the counterpart, the other person is also in that place, because we both have to be in that place of very strong inner balance in order to have that type of strong union, balanced union. Very, very, very nurturing energy, nurturing connection, harmonious, respectful, loving, something that was cooking for a really long time. This is the seasons, and now has achieved the element of Earth. It's finally here. It's grounded. It's down to earth. And it's almost like for those of you, some of you, it's really like fairy tale like, because you see here the dwarf, and you see her with all the animals around her. I'm normally not one to push to the fairy tale kind of narrative, but I feel like because the collective went through such great, like we jumped from the hero that needs to save the princess of, you know, our childhood Disney narratives that we've been fed with, that kind of messed us up when it comes to relationship, because the man always have to be the hero and the woman always have to be the submissive. It's like stuck in our subconscious, right? We're fed by it, the princess that is waiting to be awakened by the prince, you know, all that jazz. So with the awakening of the divine feminine, and with women's rights, and with movements for equality, and you know, spiritual warriors for justice from the past century, and all the still a long way to go, right? We're far from being perfect, but we have achieved a lot in 1 century, like a lot. The liberation of the African American community's rights, women's rights, gays' rights. Again, long way to go, but the foundations are set, and the right versus wrong narrative is set. So now that we went through that warfare, and also in a micro level, also between each other, like the man and the woman, it was very confusing time for love, right? The generation of the 80s, it's somewhere in the middle, is the generation that grew up without internet, and then grew up very like kind of old school more, and then was presented to internet and modern days reality, like around their childhood through their 20s, and they kind of went through the transition between the worlds. So there's an entire generation of 30-year-olds and 40-year-olds that have a very hard time, you know, understanding love, because they had what they had. They grew up with the notions of their parents and their grandparents of what partnership is, which is a lot, let's just say it, codependency, right? And the old myths of, you know, the gender roles. And that's what was fed to us in our childhood's mind, and that's what create our you know, that's the inner voice that we have. So it doesn't matter how much our conscious and our modern day brain understand things differently, there's that conflict all the time, right? So I feel like so many of us have done the work, and for those of you who are watching me now, you've most certainly done the work, and your counterpart has done the work, has went through the journey of going from one extreme to the other, and now finding the balance to allow actual harmonious, balanced union. This is beautiful. So congratulations, Pisces. For those of you in a loving connection, divine connection in April, this is an it factor. This is an it factor. Some of you are very tapping into nature in April. You might be traveling with a partner, you know, to a cabin, I don't know, to be more closer to nature, closer to the elements. Or you're working together, for those of you who care about the environment. Some of you are working with someone for a certain cause that has to do with Mother Nature, with helping the environment, which I admire and always rooting for. This is very worthy love. This is twin flame. This is the aspect of two individuals that are united with real love in order to, you know, do something for society, for the world. They have you know, a common goal. They're working together for something. They're helping. They're creating. This is power couple here, right here. Also, this could be someone who's helping someone else through a difficult situation, like a partner. I also see it in March. So this might be a relationship that you already have, either now or through January, that really just finds balance in April. But until then, the first quarter of 2019, you've been working on helping each other out and kind of establishing because both of you are powerhouses. So finding the balance between that, you know, it can be tricky, but you're really getting there in April. Lovely reading, Pisces. Thank you. Thank you for these lovely energies. For, you know, all readings affect me directly. I carry it with me, right? So Thank you for this energy. May 2019. Queen of Cups. Wow, so much feels. Initiate of chalices and the sun. So this is like Knight of Cups, the female Knight of Cups, and the sun. Wow, so much water and fire. So much transformation, transmutation. And Kenaz. My God. Wow, guys, you're doing amazing work. Whatever it is that you... Wow, okay. So much love in here. So much emotional... freedom. There's emotional freedom here. There's the especially for the feminines of you, and if you're a masculine, it's a woman in your life, or you're tapping into these feminine aspects in you. Please don't jump. Yin and yang. We all have the feminine and the masculine. It's our nature. Receptive and assertive. So this is very how should I say it, focused spirituality. Exactly what I said in the beginning, where there's a lot of awareness on the surface in the conscious mind to your subconscious tides and emotions and waves. There's an emotional acceptance, self-observation and understanding, extreme emotional maturity, being open to new discoveries about yourself and about the other, deeply romantic, sexual, intuitive relationship. This is tantric sex for those of you that it will be relevant for. This is mind-blowing, chakra explosion type of love connection and sexual connection. The sacral chakra and the heart chakra will be celebrated in May, also in April. The divine feminine is being really empowered and loved and cherished and honored. Some of you are expanding in your emotional knowledge, maybe into psychology, maybe you're learning something esoteric, like a divination tool. It could be tarot, astrology, numerology, whatever. And you're finding a new way of exerting your healing abilities and attribution to your family and friends and close cycles with the sun. Like, people are really drawn to you. They just want to be around you. There's also an element of water and sun. So for those of you who sought nature in April, I see a lot of you like in proximity to water and sun, which is wonderful for April, May. I mean, water signs and fire signs are very strong in your life. And the earth is just underneath you all the time, supporting you. I have here the Empress, double Empress, the element of earth. Kenaz can be the letter K or C. It's the open hand. It's an offer, an emotional offer, a love offer. By the way, this could be move in with me, marry me, or just an expression of love. Like suddenly a friend can express their love to you, or this is just your existing connection. Some of you are strengthening emotional communication and openness with family members, or there's a really good friend, female friend in your life that is very there for you, very supportive, very nurturing, very, great advisor, great intuitive guide for you. And you're very open-minded to it. Like there's very receptive energy. A lot of feels. Some of you, because you're taking some time off, maybe you're moving to be closer to the elements. It allows you to really tap into your emotional realm and kind of transmute it into cognitive knowledge. and express it verbally with your environment. Some of you are writing. This is very poetic. Some of you are writing poetry or short stories. Some of you want to express your love to someone, so you're doing it with something like in a creative way. This could be a very grandiose love offer or a birthday gift that is very like, that wows everybody. Can I be a Pisces now? I'm kidding. Well, my midheaven is in Pisces, actually. My whole, you know, the highest aspirations of my life and my high goals and what I want to achieve and do with my career is Pisces. So, hey. Hey. Anyway. June. 6 of Swords. More water. Another Empress. Empress in her upright, and the Lovers in the reverse. Okay. This is the third Empress, by the way. 1, 2, 3. Wow, you are in your power. And if you're a man, then there's a woman around you that is in her power. Interesting. No, this lying down. Not in its upright, not in the reverse, lying down. Okay. A passage. A certain choice that you made, that now you have to follow through it. It's not necessarily easy. And this is June. June is, Lovers is Gemini, is also June on June. So June, and here we have 6. Okay, 6, 6, 3. So June is when you are challenged and tested to show what you learned. There will be some sort of a challenge that will have you, make a choice and then act accordingly to that choice. Some of you are saying goodbye to old ways of choices and dilemmas, and you're choosing a third option. Some of you are facing a choice between career and love, and you're choosing love in the home life. Some of you are choosing to take a break from your daily mundane life, going home, or to be with a mother or a divine feminine, or help a family member. This could be about helping a female in your life. And if it causes a little bit of delays in your success and in your life, it's something that you have to do. It's either something karmic or a spiritual lesson or something that you just know you have to do in order to help someone or be there for someone. It's like, you know that you don't really have a choice. Like there's the illusion of a choice, but you so know what you have to do and you can't ignore it, and you just go about doing it, and it might create a certain detour in your life, but it's okay because it's something that your soul needs to do. It's some sort of soul contract that you've made with someone. You need to be there for someone. This could be someone that was there for you in the past or maybe in past lifetimes, but there's something here to do for someone. The choice that is being presented to you is a test. It's fake. You are expected to choose to do the right thing and to go about doing this. If for the family member, for the partner, take that break, go to that place, help that person, do that thing that is difficult and uncomfortable, but you know is right. Very specific, deliberate message. And I feel like this is directly connected to this, where you'll finally break that karmic cycle or that spiritual obligation or soul contract. Yeah. Okay. Nice. Interesting. Now this can be the letter N, for those of you who wonder. July. 9 of Swords. Ace of Cups in the reverse, the element of Wands in its upright, the element of fire in its upright, and the Ace of Cups in the reverse. And look what we have here. And teal also lying down, not in its upright, not in its reverse, but lying down. Just like Naudis, right after Naudis. So this is directly connected to this. Teal can be the letter T. This was difficult, whatever this is. This connected also directly to this message. Wasn't pleasant. Emotionally, it will be either a loss of faith or it's just a sense of sadness that keeps you up at night and having you face your demons. But here's the thing. This is the after tarot. The Nine of Swords is when this person picks up the swords and fights their demons. And here, what do we have here in the element of earth? You are tapping into your lizard, fiery, knowing, spiritual warrior type of energy. You're picking up the sword and you're battling off your demons. Okay? Some of you are really going through the... It's like a mishmash of dark night of the soul and awakening. Teal is a strong force of will. It's very much the fire. It's very much the warrior. It's very much victory. In the reverse, it's exactly the opposite. So when it's like this, you're lying down and you're finding the strength to rise back up. Okay? You're finding the spiritual and the strength aspect of whatever it is that you're going through, and you're finding your inner strength, and you're turning that teal back up. Now this is a message. You can either focus on the Ace of Cups in the reverse and whatever emotional security that you had that you feel is lost, or you can focus on the fire in you, on the spiritual warrior in you, on the shaman in you, and pick up the sword and battle it off, get up, dress up, show up, and transmute the pain into power. Some of you, it was a little bit of a very difficult choice, of an impossible choice, of some sort of sacrifice needed to be made, but it was unavoidable. It was something very karmic that you had to face. Your soul chose to face this, and now you received the free choice. Here it was an alleged free choice, right? You had to go into the lesson. Now, lesson is learned. Now what are you going to do with it? This is where you decide in July if you're going to break through that lesson, that mechanism that you chose as a soul when you came into this lifetime to move past from, or if you'll choose to stay in that place and then repeat the mechanism. Oh no. Put it to rest. Fight it off. Kill that demon and bury that demon alongside the sword. I named Cancer for November, the general read that I did at the end of October for November. I named it Pick Up the Sword, Samurai. It's something like that. Knowledge and strength, to be stronger, we have to lift weights, right? To be smart, we need to solve riddles. We need to train our body, train our mind, train our heart. If we want to become powerful spiritual warriors, we have to go through these lessons. And you chose this. You chose this. In a 3D matter, in June, it will allegedly be something you need to choose. Am I there or am I not? Am I facing it or am I not? I'm seeing you choosing to do that. And if not, it will drag on. It will come back in another form. Don't. Just face it. Face that demon. This is an imaginary, mythical fear. This is an actual, real sword. Who you think can win? You. And you have your own element of fire within you that can help you. You will be tempted to lose faith. It will be human and natural and okay for you to go through that a little bit. But get up from it. Lay down for just a little bit. Allow yourself to be in the fields and then get up. I don't know what this is. I may be over dramatic. This could be something small. But because these are general reads, we don't know. So take the mechanism of the advice. August. The Tower. Okay. Weird is the destiny. It's the blank rune. It's the thing that is above us that we can't control. I can already tell by its shape when I took it out of the pouch. The High Priestess and the Elder of Chalices, which is the Queen of Cups right here. And the High Priestess. And the Tower. All of this is connected from May through August. When you are discovering some sort of truth about either family member or a woman in your life, there may have been an event that exposed something that you didn't know and you're discovering, either a secret or something that was just kept hidden aside. You are destined to discover it. It's coming in the right timing. This was the culmination of all. This entire journey was supposed to lead to this realization. This is an awakening of a truth of something inner inside of you that was numb because it needed the key, the trigger to awaken it. And that trigger was this knowledge that you're finding out here. Whatever truth you are exposed to in August. That has to do with an older water sign person. Older water person and water energy. It doesn't have to be their sun sign, but the water is very strong in their chart. Something secretive and elusive that comes to terms, comes to knowledge. It's something that you're destined to know, that it's your birth-given right to know. Also, this could be a spiritual awakening. This could be someone that was going through a really rough time emotionally throughout this time, June, July, whatever this is. And now that brings into a breakthrough, that pushes into a breakthrough, spiritual breakthrough and enlightening, emotional understandings. Like you're really learning a lot about yourself, about your emotional mechanism, about how your subconscious is ticking. You know, Jung said, until we make our subconscious conscious, it will rule our life, and we will call it fate. Okay, so this is the fate element that is actually your subconscious doing all this, and something breaks in the mechanism. And allow the flowers, okay, maybe, allows the waters to flow, like the dam is being broken. The water of your knowledge, of your intuitive abilities, your spiritual, cognitive understanding. This is Mars in Pisces, what I said in the beginning. This is your very focused spirituality, where you're breaking through the mist and the heavy, the thickness of the water, and it's clear, and it's sharp, and it's directed. It's like a waterfall into one area, knowingly, controlled. Now, first it won't feel controlled, it will feel a little bit of an emotional chaos, but it will lead you to tap into your high priestess, to your, to the depth of your soul, the things inside of you that you didn't want to touch because they were scary. So this could be childhood fears, childhood traumas that you've suppressed, a certain new knowledge that comes up into the surface that shifts something inside of you, and boom, you understand now everything. It's a great aha moment that really changes you from the inside, Pisces. And your soul chose this. This is the timing, this is the place, this is the way, it's how, it's just accept it. You don't have a choice, you have to. You can't escape it. Make the choice that you know will lead there. You don't have a choice. It's an illusion, this choice. It will transform you to the more mature aspect of the self. Okay, this is fixed water. It's a Scorpio. From your, if you're Pisces, if you're mutable water, right? If you're mutable water, you're becoming fixed water. Very determined, very clear. What am I? Am I an ocean? Am I a pool? Am I a lake? Am I a waterfall? And what do I do with this? And how do I help people around me with this? This can also be a medical breakthrough. A certain situation that was around for a long time, suddenly there's a discovery of how to heal something, how to help something, how to fix something. It's new, it's different, it requires a chance, a risk. Do it, if this resonates with you. Whew, Pisces. God. September. God, killing me. Opa, 4 of Wands. Yes, 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 yes. Found your ground. Back on top. Gebo. Okay. Ah, this is you getting married. The Emperor and 7 of Pentacles. No, this cannot be any. Oh my God. Hi, Emperor to Empress. Finally, the Divine Feminine was like all, hi, I'm here doing the work. Where are you at? Where are you at, my Divine Masculine? Where are you? Are you doing the work? Oh yeah, he's doing the work. He's doing the work, and here he is presenting himself, finally. The Empress's counterpart, the Emperor. Now, it's in the clarification because this reading is about you. So maybe you're the Divine Feminine, maybe you're the Empress, I don't know. And if you're a male watching me and you're a Divine Masculine, so maybe the female counterpart in your life is going through this, and you need to know, and you need to be a part of it, and you need to be ready. Anywho, August, boom. Gebo could be the letter G. Union, marriage, love, connection, harmony, balance, gift. Gebo meaning gift in Gaelic. Okay, 447. You are setting foundations for your future happiness. You are investing in your future with a special someone. You are really, really, this has been rough, but very liberating. And now that you are finally tapped into your true self, because all the old paradigms and mechanisms are gone, down, off, be gone, and you know thyself more than you ever thought you could ever know, divine timing. August 2019. Congratulations. Now, for those of you who are already married, this could be something else. Maybe your daughter is getting married. Maybe there's a great financial investment that is becoming very productive and fruitful, and now you're seeing the results. Maybe, family life, all kinds of stuff. So take it to yourself. But this is wedding. This is bells. Okay, the bells are ringing. This is something that you worked very hard to manifest, that you've been very patient, very diligent, very accurate. Went through the mud and still had faith. Remember here, when you almost lost faith, you woke up, you stood up, you got up, you dressed up, you showed up. You picked up the sword. You called your inner spiritual animal, spirit guide, to awaken. You become aware of your spirit guide in here, around April. You become aware of your elements and of your force, your raw animalistic force here in April, because you united with someone who brought it up in you. Very sexy time. And here, okay, let's do the lesson. Let's do the final walk. Boom, victory. I love this. Oh, I'm so happy for you, Pisces. This is these two maguses. 11, all these wands. This is a partnership that has been going around. It's been around. Whether you've been together or not technically, it's been around. You've been doing the... This is very twin flame-like reading. I have to say it. Hashtag twin flame, okay? This is not just, oh, we love each other and we have some troubles and we learn from each other. It's much bigger than that. Twin flames are... So theory goes 144,000 or million, I don't know, something, I'm not God, I don't know. But something with 144 amount of souls on this planet that have a very divine purpose to heal the world and to push it into the next stage of the evolution of humanity. That creates 72,000 million, whatever, 72 times something number of couplings. If you're a part of a twin flame journey, you have a mutual cause to help the world around you with. You're supposed to do some sort of work together. It's not just about the love that you have for each other. It's obviously very deep, but both of you need to be very powerful, aware individuals that have a lot to give to the world and to society and to humanity. And then once each of you does all the possible work they can do on their own, then when they are the highest expression of themselves, then they can unite and start the mutual work for the world, for the cause, whatever cause that may be. So if this is where your union is, your work has now just begun. This is not you are now going to be like sitting around being like enjoying life, drinking cold tea, watching Seinfeld, whatever. I think that's fun. I find drinking cold iced tea, watching Seinfeld is fun. Oh well. Never mind. You can do that as well, of course. Life is about joy and prosperity and wealth and abundance. This is not to take away from that. But there's also work to be done. You should know that. Because it's not just about you. You're partnered to fulfill a soul mission in this lifetime. Okay? So know that. And you're going to start doing the work. Some of you are building a home together, investing in a home, purchasing a home, and so on. Just to be a little bit mundane, because I tend to go so into the spiritual, into the energy, and people are like, but what's going to happen? I don't know. This is your narrative. I'm giving you the energy. The rest is free choice, man, woman. October. Knight of Wands, okay. Nine of Swords, another Nine of Swords, and Temperance. Manaz lying down. Not in its upright, not in its reverse, lying down, just like we had Tir and Naudis, which is not very common with me. Normally my runes come either in their upright or in the reverse, but hey, you're Pisces, you're changing the rules of physics, so with your existence, so I guess it's okay. Manaz can be the letter M. And here we are with the Temperance that we've been talking about for so long. Few options, a few things, all of them might be relevant. Wait, I need a sip of water. There is the mundane aspect of this love thing comes at the expense of someone else that isn't a part of it anymore, aka a couple is together and then that means that one of them had to leave someone else and they are in pain from it. And that person feels the need to still be there for them a little bit because they feel a little bit guilty. The advice is to not do that. Now, that's just for that narrative. There's also the option that is very much reminding me of right here in July. Because we have the element of battling off the demons with picking up the sword in our fire element. So this is a sword made of fire element kind of thing. Trying to jump and leap away from the element of Nine of Swords into Temperance. Someone just wants to be around a balanced energy and not a morbid, depressed energy. You have to get over it at this time. I'm sorry to be tough love on you, but in October, there's a need to really get out of bed and do the actions, and whatever it is that you're going through, think about the work that you need to do. Think about your family, think about your close partner, and being there for them, and not be all in your pain. Tempering, finding balance, transmuting the pain into energy, into life force. It's also a little bit of manic depressive, the mania depressia, someone who's either super high or super low, super happy or super sad. And this is a month where there's a calling to find the balance in that. To put your feet on the ground and find your own sense of inner stability. Because exterior-wise, things are beautiful and grounded and strong. Keep them grounded. Keep those legs on the ground. Keep this Four of Wands. Don't let it tilt by depression and pessimism. Also, there is an opportunity that presents itself that allows someone to really step out of their dark night of the soul thing and to create something with it, aka writing about your pain. Some of you will be writing about their experiences, or create a new opportunity based off those, you know, that experience or that emotional state or whatever it was. It's like lemons to lemonade kind of energy in here. So I kind of like it. For those of you who don't need me to push you into doing it, or for those of you who are just in that place. Like this could be advice, meaning me telling you to get out of bed and do something with your pain, do something healing and benevolent with your pain. Help society. Manaz is the rune of society and of humanity and of unity and of cooperations. The group, the community. Take your broken heart, turn it into art. You know, the phrase is take your art, heal your broken heart. I say take your broken heart, turn it into art. Inspire others with your story. You have received a gift here of abundance and stability. Now you have the privilege to have the freedom that you always needed to really focus on healing, but not from a place of survival, immediate kind of pain, but from a place of allowing yourself to be in the fields in a controlled manner and transform it into magic or into something beautiful. This is the work that needs to begin. How do we do, how do we do for our company? What do we do for our society, for our neighborhood, for our community, for our family, friends, humanity? What can we do for? This is someone that wants to be the knight in shining armor. It's lying down, it's still being figured out. Kind of lost balance a little bit, but let's work on bringing it back up. This is also someone, for those of you who are not married here, for those of you that this is something else, this could be a one-night stand or someone that, you know, talks a big talk, makes promises of love, but isn't really there. In and out of your life kind of thing. I say, either you can have fun and not really care and still focus on your work and on your life, or you can't and then let go of that shit. Be honest with yourself, what it is you can and cannot do. November, 3 of Cups, partay. 8 of Cups and 6 of Pentacles, okay. And Ansus, okay. Some of you are receiving an opportunity either a job offer or a work offer or a project offer to lead some sort of, maybe to teach a group, to lecture, to someone wants to invest in you going on lecturing on something. Maybe it has something. Maybe here someone is going off to do some work, to lecture, to teach, to do, and they're leaving the home, and then someone is left behind missing them. This could be that. But in November, there's the element of, I have to do this. I have to go and teach and create and do whatever this is that I'm called to do, or that I have the opportunity presented itself for me to do. This is my truth. This is my wisdom. And Sus is the teacher, is the guru, it's the truth, it's the writing, it's the book, it's the author, it's the inner truth. It's the wisdom, it's the word, it's communication, it's language. It's communicating some truth to a group, to society. You have an opportunity you need to go somewhere and do it. And this is a lot of fun. Some of you are taking a risk by leaving a specific job, right? And like a structured job. And you go about, do your own thing. Maybe you're becoming a writer. Maybe maybe you're lecturing. You're touring and lecturing. Maybe something that has to do with groups and people. And it's kind of fun. And it requires going somewhere for it. Could be a potential move. Finally we have it all settled. Now I have to move to this thing, but it's because there's a calling or a certain, something that I want to do for myself. And some of you are deciding to let go of responsibilities and just focus on your own fun and our self-expression and hanging out with friends and people that you love, and just be very honoring your own truth and your own inner will in a kind of a non-apologetic way. This can also be that. And some of you, those of you who were with this person who's in and out, are deciding to just, you don't need this shit. You don't need this person that is not, and you're leaving them just to have fun with yourself. You kind of understand what it is that you're worth. You just don't want this in and out partial energy in your life. And you're like, bye. I'm going to have fun. I have a lot of things to be grateful for, a lot of friends, a lot of great vibe around me. I don't need this. That's also great. December, Pisces. Wow, what a way to finish up the reading. The Wheel of Fortune. Okay. All right, should I look at what's else? Okay, that is so crazy. 9 of Cups and 10 of Swords. Again, 10 of Swords, by the way. Another 10 of Swords on the table. And this is a third 10. Wheel of Fortune is a 10. 10, 10, 10. And this is a third 9. We have 2 9 of Swords. Actually, we have 4. Oh my God. We have 4 10s. 1, 2, 3, and 4. 2 10 of Swords, 10 of Wands, and the Wheel of Fortune. We don't have the 10 of Cups or the 10 of Pentacles. And 9s, I have 1, 2, 3. I had another one, like 3 Empress. Oh, 4. This is the 9 of Cups. Also, 4 10s, 4 9s. Whoa. How many 8s do I have? 1. 2 with the Strength. 3. 3 8s. Yeah, this is a massive time of finishing up a very heavy cycle. 8, 9, 10s. Finish up a cycle. I have 3 8s, 4 9s, 4 10s. That's massive. Sorry, let me look at this. Wungo, which could be the letter W. Wungo with the 9 of Pentacles. Okay. This is money, and this is an opportunity. Whatever this is going on here in the last quarter of 2019. A very big income opportunity is presenting itself that can really change your life. And it's something that you've worked for really hard for a really long time. It could be something creative. Wungo is the rune of creativity, of imagination, of inspiration, of fun, of great connections, good work connections, good partnerships. 10 of Swords. We're starting with the 10 of Swords and we're finishing with the 10 of Swords. And then we have the Wheel of Fortune. I'm so happy to have the 9 of Pentacles in the Wungo here, because this tells me that by the end of 2019, this is an entire process, you've really proven yourself done with the lesson. And you'll be really, really, really free to live the life that you worked so hard for, with this Empress and this Magician energy and the Four of Wands energy. Okay, so 2019 is kind of the passage between your old world and your new world, where you're finishing up old ways that had to do with teaching you and making you grow, whether it be fun or not fun. And it's leading you, it's basically setting down the foundation. This is where complete destruction of the old is happening. It's like no more, enough. And it's setting up the foundations to really start living this 9 of Pentacles life of whatever it is that, whatever work that it is that you're working on or want to do. You went through you're going to go through the changes, the realizations, the releasing. It's very destined. All these 9s and 10s are very destined combination, especially the Wheel of Fortune with a lot of 9s around. That's like not the subconscious destiny talking. This is the destiny talking. Like Anima Mundi is really diving into the core, the center of your being, and start changing and shifting things throughout the year in order for you to become this person that you need to become. The 9 of Pentacles. There's a very, and look, 9 of Pentacles with the Empress. It's like so much independence and freedom and self-awareness, and the freedom to create and to be what you want to be. This is really great and very, very well earned, by the way, Pisces. You're starting a new cycle of life, a complete new cycle of where you are taking all your creativity and your knowledge and the thing that you want to do, and you're really bringing them into the world. You're working from there, you're creating from there, you're communicating from there. You are this self that you always wanted to be. You just have to work hard to get yourself there. 2019 was big on it. 2019 will be big on it. But you will definitely feel the results, most especially by December. You have some very happy months throughout this time, throughout this journey. It's not just, I'm not, when I say a journey and then by the end of it, I don't mean like agony, yay. No. It's always a little bit of both. It's always like sweet and sour growth process where you see the results and you're so happy with yourself, and it's so great and so happy and it's so loving and it's so creative and it's so safe and blissful, but it's also challenging and overwhelming and full of choices, and it's okay, that's life. It will just be really, really powerful throughout 2019. You are really stepping into your powers, and I'm very proud of you. Very happy for you as well. This is a very positive, 3D positive reading. Like happy yay kind of reading. Not all the time, that's not possible, but there's a lot of stepping stones for you. We're like, yes, I always wanted to have this. Yes, I always wanted to be with that person. Yes, I always wanted to do this thing. Yes, I always wanted to know the truth behind this, whatever. Yes. It's quite powerful. This is someone, whether being in a partnership or not, that is very independent and very, really knows what they want to do and how they want to do it, and they just do it, non-apologetically. And like the rest needs to align. This is very much the purpose that I was talking about in relation to the whole twin flame notion. All right, pre-shuffled our oracles. Let's see what the Akashic records have to say to us. Oh, let's put this. Oh, you know what? We'll keep it here. Then put this. Ooh! Yay! Archangel Gabriel. Aw. I love this. Let's see what he has to say for Pisces. There we go, Archangel Gabriel. Now let's read. Gabriel is the divine messenger, the archangel of communication. He comes with his trumpet and scroll, as well as 2 gentle sparrows, signifying powerful yet peaceful expression. Powerful yet peaceful. Mars in Pisces. Focused spirituality. Do I not know what I'm saying? Sorry. On his chest, he wears the crest of Mercury, the god of communication. This loving angel carries the sacred word of truth into the world and brings them easily to you. Sacred word of truth into the world. When this card appears upright, it indicates a profound connection to this wonderful presence. Your power of expression is on the rise now. You will have an easier time communicating with others, expressing your feelings, and even working on projects involving communication, such as publishing, counseling, teaching, mediumship, journalism, marketing, radio, or television. Now is the time for any of these endeavors. But no matter what you do, remember the power of words. Call on Gabriel to inspire you and let yourself sing out. This is resonating so well with all this reading. Fantastic. Okay. And the I-Ching. Oh, I'm sorry, just the top one. Forgot I've pre-shuffled. 45. Now let's read. Tsui, gathering together. Above lake, below earth. The lake upon the earth, the vessel of community. Water running freely over the earth does not attain the depth of the lake with its constraints. In the same way, people are stronger when they are gathered together within the vessel of community. This is the community. A shared history adds depth to their connection, and they are unified through honoring of ancestors and traditions. Such a spiritual life cannot be easily dissolved. I feel like some of you here are encountering some sort of truth of your past or your ancestors or your childhood or past lifetimes or something along those lines, but you're attaining very deep wisdom out of it. I don't see a lot of agony or sadness. I think it's challenging, but not like where your mind might be taking you to. I don't think it's that kind of tower. I think it's something that just deeply affects your inside when it comes to knowledge and what it is that your destiny or your purpose is. So I think it's beautiful. I think you're very, very guided here with the Archangel Gabriel to speak, to teach, to show, to express. This says to do it with unity and for the community, either with a partner or with a group or for a group together. There's no hermit around. There's no like, the Nine of Swords are being encouraged to step out of them and not in them. There's a lot of divine union here and guidance, and you are encouraged to listen to guidance and divine messages that come to you in the face of people. How does God in the universe speaks to us? With messages, with little things, little signs. So listen to that. It comes in the form of people. This reminds me of a beautiful story. Hi. Pisces. So, a man was lost in sea. His ship sunk, and he found himself on, like a lifeboat, and he's just stranded alone in the sea. And he's a believer, so he prays to God. God, please save me, help me, save me from this situation. I don't want to die. Salvation. Before you know it, a water motorcycle comes by, and the person on the water motorcycle is like, grab my hand, I'll take you to safety, come with me. And the person's like, oh, no, it's okay, I asked from God, I'm a believer, God will take care of me, God will bring me salvation, God will save me. So the water motorcycle is like, all right, continues away. A day goes by, the person is really thirsty by now. It's like, God, why are you not there for me? Why are you not helping me? I'm praying, please help me. So before you know it, a boat comes along and is like, let us bring you into the deck and we'll bring you into shore. We're on our way to safety. Come with us. We'll save you. And he's like, no, it's okay. I prayed to God. I'm a believer. God will save me. All right, ship sails. He continues to pray, God, I'm at the last of my strength. Please, I'm a believer. I always believed in you. Save me. Before you know it, a helicopter comes along with, like the robes being pulled down, thrown down. Grab the robes. We'll carry you up into the helicopter and we'll fly you into safety. And he's like, no, I'm a believer. God will save me. The helicopter flies along. He dies that night. He goes up into, the heavens, whatever. He meets with God and he's like, God, I believed in you. I prayed for you. Why weren't you there for me? Why didn't you save me? And God is like, well, I sent you a motorcycle. I sent you a ship. And I sent you a helicopter. You said no to all of it, so what do you want me to do? The universe always brings us messages and guidance and answers to our prayers in the face of opportunities of people who represent that chance of salvation. And then we have the free choice to either say yes or no. Life is not going to force it on us. They're not going to force love on us. They're not going to force success. They will give us the opportunities, and it will bring it with little signs, This is it. This is the person. This is the thing. This is the opportunity. This is from God. And you can be like, oh, thank God they sent me this. Or, no, I'm going to wait until God himself drops from his cloud, sit next to me, and write it down for me exactly who it is, what it is, why it is. You're not expected to see Archangel Michael in your dream telling you exactly where to go and what to do. Listen to the serendipity, to the circumstances, to your gut feeling, to events. Open your eyes, open your ears, open your heart and your mind. If that scene in the movie is really resembling a situation that you're challenging with right now, and it offers a certain solution, take it as guidance. If you have a question in mind and you're walking in the street and you pick up your eyes and You lift up your gaze and you suddenly see a huge sign, like a commercial sign or something that says something that really fits. It can be an answer. Take that as a message. It's not random. It's not random. Okay, Pisces, this was a great read. Come back to this every month to be reminded of the energies. It's your reading, it's yours. You can always stream it or download it. So come back to this every month so you can be reminded. You're not going to remember now what I said about July. And also to make the connections. Please give this the heart, because it will help me know that you resonated or that you liked what I'm doing for you, and it will really help my channel and support me. Comment what you thought of this. I would love to hear and to know and to read you. For those of you who are only watching Pisces, I did create the option of the buy all for less than the third price from the total of the price of all the 12 signs, and then you get all the 12 signs for the buy all option, and that allows you to watch your other placements and also cross-watching to get a really wholesome point of view. Sun and rising are the most specific ones, but others can give us such great insight about so many things. So you have that just in case it's relevant for you, just in case you want it. And so yeah, happy solstice, Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Happy New Year. If you're watching this mid-year 2019, great. You can learn about the past of the year and look forward to the future. It's very relevant. Thank you for being a part of the Existential ship and a part of my journey. I love you deeply. Bye.